Hi, it's Anthony from OQplay.com. Today we've got a brand new head strap for you from SiloKe or SiloKe. It is their VQ2 strap and it involves the ability to include a battery of your very own in their own little compartment here. And they've also got a quite unique vertical strap which you can actually rotate and get the best comfort for you. So let's dive in and see what's inside the box. So here's everything you get inside the box. You get a promotional card for some silicone covers. It says free product. I guess if you leave a review, you get the silicone covers. A small little guide in Chinese and English to tell you how to put the whole strap together. So we'll go over that in a minute. You get a head strap itself, the top pad that goes across the very top of the strap. We'll attach that in a minute. We get the battery compartment that the battery would sit in, a Velcro tie for cable management, and a USB-C to USB-A to plug it into a battery pack that you would supply yourself. However, if it's a USB-C one, then you're gonna have to look for an adapter to plug that into. So first things first, let's try and put this strap together then. So it comes oddly packaged up, but you have to pull these bits down as it comes from the manufacturing. And here's the rear part of the strap. Seems pretty solid. These are obviously going to be the same as any other kind of Halo strap. Fairly decent rear part. Can it be pushed in? Yep, it can. We've got a top head strap, but it doesn't come with one. So you could utilize that for something else, for some other accessories, for example. And here we have the inner top strap. So we're going to apply the top pad inside the middle bit. This is quite well padded. It's got some PU leather and memory foam inside, both the front, the rear and the top. I'd say the top is a little bit softer in its foam than the rear and the top. These aren't rigid that much. They're actually quite floppy, but there is some rigidity there to give you some support at the back of your head. Now you can wear this without this battery part, and obviously you can also wear this however you like, either at the back, so you can actually create more of a surface area around the back of your head, a bit like a baseball cap, or you could actually bring it to the front. Actually, no, you can't bring it to the front. That's as far as it goes. It doesn't go any further that way by the looks of it. And unfortunately, there's no screw holes on that side. So if I were to do any modding with 3D printed earphone adapters, you can't do it on this head strap, unfortunately, because you can't take this bit off. This is a very similar to BoboVR's design initially, and these are going to attach to our headset. So let's get that attached to our headset first. You don't need to take off the facial interface. You can just place these on at the top, and they've got little cups here to stop this from going any further forward. So we'll do that all the way down, and it's very solid, and that's in there. That can't go any further this way. So that's pretty much the strap installed. There's no attachment point to the top of the head strap like the Bobo has, so you could actually position that how you want, but that's how the front of it goes. And at the back, we'll just attach that, and let's get this on our head and see how it feels. Right, so I'm going to put on the back of the strap. For now, I'm going to have this top part resting on the top of my head, and it feels really nice and comfy actually. So that is how it looks on the side and on the other side. And this back pit really fits quite well to the back of your head, and generally I think that's nice and comfy actually. It does have some kind of support, and I think if you've got long hair, this is going to work quite well as well. So this isn't going to ride up as much because this is kind of supporting the top as well. So you can have it further back if you like to, and that actually feels quite good as well on the back of your head. Kind of creates like almost a baseball cap feel to it with a little bit more support. And eventually you can actually attach this battery part to the top. So we'll try that. So we're going to take this out, and this just looks like it just latches over. We've got these little kind of like claw grips, and that's going to go over the top, and it sort of stretches out, and that's sort of, there we go. So that's now clipped in. You can slide it a little bit, but there is some little grooves there to stop it from sliding backwards and forwards along the strap. So that just keeps it in place there. And then you can get any kind of battery, whatever battery you want. I don't have my Anker Redux on me right now, but this is a similar battery pack. I think it's 5,000 milliamp hours. And you just basically put that in its ratchet clamp here. And they're kind of like curved like that. So it's going to stop the battery from coming out that way. And that's not going to come out anytime soon. So that's really cool. And then you get the USB cable, plug that into the battery, and then plug that into the Quest 2 port. And then you can either have that loose like that, or you can actually channel it back through underneath and plug it in that way. So it's a little bit out of the way. And again, you could bring that all the way back here. Plenty of reach there. I think that's at least about 30 centimeters of USB cable. Or you can opt for their token gesture of cable management and just ratchet across, attach it to the cable like that. And then you could do that. You could put it on the side here. You could put it on this strap bit here. You could put it on the back. You could also put it on the back part here. But whatever you like, I don't think it really needs it unless you're gonna sort of take this off and just have that hanging somewhere. It's gonna flap about, so you might want to attach it to the side here so it doesn't flap about whenever you don't want to turn it on and off. So you've got no on and off buttons, obviously, because it's really based on what battery pack you would attach it to. If you've got a battery pack that allows you to turn it on and off, then you've got that luxury. This isn't charged that much, but that's a 5,000 milliamp hour battery attached. Like a Halo strap, you can bring that back bit up. This moves with it, and then you can bring it back on and then to the back of your head. So this is now like a little man bun at the very top of the strap now. You can definitely feel the extra weight pushing down. So if you bring it back here, that's going to help bring the headset a little bit further up. So that's going to help with some counterbalancing in some aspect. Probably more than some other Halo straps would do because of how the Halo straps distribute their weight. This might help with that. Yeah, it does feel a little bit more positioned up. So having at the back is something that I'll probably recommend that you do with this strap, just because it gives that little extra lift from the front of the headset itself. So that's really nice to see. Let's try another battery. When you take it off, this has got a habit of sliding forward. It doesn't sort of maintain. If it was me, I think this needs a little bit more. It's very easy to push it in. And so when you're taking it on and off, it can go in and you lose your original spot. So you have to do a lot more adjustment than you would have done with a much more firmer adjustment dial at the back. So that's the Anker. Then we've got a 2000 milliamp hour Anker battery here. So this is obviously 3 times heavier, and we need to have the USB facing this way, and that could be roughly placed in the middle like that. And we plug in the power, and then the power's all going. So here, I'll try that on the top of my head again. Right, so again, you got like a T thing growing out the top of my head. Again, can feel the weight at the top, but if I bring that back, that lifts it even more. So this is too much weight for counterbalancing the head strap, I think. I think you need about 300 to 400 gram battery. This is much heavier than that. So I'm getting a lot of lift now, having this battery at the back. So you kind of need to like bring it forward a bit, and you can definitely feel the weight being distributed by bringing that over the top of your head. If you can find the right battery weight and you have it at the back, you're going to get some really nice counterbalance effect for a Halo strap, which is quite rare because you normally would get that more with an Elite strap. So this is a really nice touch. I like this. And there's not many battery clamp head straps that are out there. I've only actually reviewed just one other, which is based on more of like an Elite strap design. This is actually quite a nice surprise. This head strap. I would have liked to have seen this in a lot more solid plastic, because with the weight of the battery, this is now folding underneath. You don't see it, but this is sort of like bending with the weight of the battery and this head strap and so on. So personally, I would make this a lot more firmer plastic, almost like what BoboVR uses, a bit more firmer plastic. But you need to be aware that the rise up issue that they have with theirs, I don't feel it with this one. So this is a little bit more sturdier. This panel at the back just needs a bit more firmer gears so that you don't easily adjust it when you're bringing this on and off your head. It's very, look, I'm not even touching it, and it's going in. So I think that's the worst bit of this head strap. The best bit is this top piece. I like that you can bring it all the way back for that baseball cap feel, and the right weighted battery can really help tip this headset balance upwards. So if you're finding any pressure on your cheekbones, that will help with that. The front feels great. I'm not really feeling much pressure on the forehead because of the distributed weight. So overall, yeah, I think this is a really cool little solution. It looked odd at first when I first saw it, but I wanted to at least get it in the flesh and cast my judgment then. And I'm glad I have, because it's a good solution. Right, I've got a Crave Plus. This is a 10,000 milliamp hour battery. It's like an iPhone Max kind of in size. So let's see if that fits in its gears. Not quite. So this, oh, it does just about, because the gears only come out by that much, so it doesn't have much extra space. So if you've got a really super fat and thick battery, you might struggle to get that in here. So that's all fitted fine. It's another battery with a USB-A port, so that works with their cable. Let's get that on our head. Battery is charging on the indicator in the OS, so that's really cool to see. T-pose at the top there. And obviously if you have a headset, then this is going to mess with this because your headphone headset is going to get in the way. So if we bring that all the way back, we've got all this room now for headphones, and we'll try that in a minute. But that's the flat battery. Again, adds a little weight. It's actually a good weight, this battery, and it's making the whole headset feel quite good, actually. Quite like that. Right, so I'll try some headphones. So first of all, we've got the Bose Quiet Comforts. I'm going to put them over. Oh yeah, no problem at all. These fit perfectly fine. You can see the headband there, not in any way. You can bring it a bit forward if you wanted to. So you could almost get this perpendicular to the headphone band at the top. How does that look? Stupid. Anyway, so that's cool. SteelSeries Arctis 3. Again, no problem. No interference whatsoever with the cups on the sides, and the headband's got plenty of room there to sit on top. And finally, the Logitech Pro VR headphones. Little adjustment on the headband there, but it, again, fits no problem whatsoever over the head strap. So that's really, really cool. Right, so we've had a look at some batteries. We've had a look at some headphone support. It's not going to give you that tunnel hair because there's no top head strap. There is the head strap ability, but I don't think it necessarily needs it. I think that fits in there totally fine. But I'm going to test out this head strap now for a couple of days, and I'll come back and let you know my final impressions. All right, see you then.
Several days later.
Right, I'm back after a couple of days checking out this Halo Strap from SiloKe. And just generally, I think it's an impressive head strap. It's not the best. There's a few little issues that I first encountered on my very first impressions, such as this back part being a little bit too loose. I also found that this top strap, after some gaming, I wish this was a little bit more firmer. It wasn't so easily able to be manipulated once it's on the top of your head. So when you put it on for the very first time, because you bring this back part up, this part usually stays at the top of your head. And when you bring that back down, that stays there. So you always have to recorrect it if you prefer it to be at the back of your head. So if this was a little bit more firmer to move, then it might have been a little bit better. I would have liked to have seen maybe this incorporate with this part, so you could maybe snap these two together so it actually stayed down, or it was on an elastic or something, so that might allowed it to always permanently stay there. That might be an option. I didn't think I needed the cable management. It wasn't really that important to me. I tried a number of batteries, as you saw before. They've got them here. You've got a 10,000 milliamp hour battery, a 20,000 milliamp hour, and another 10. I did find that the 20,000 milliamp hour battery, weighing about 360 grams, probably a bit too heavy. If you went for a chunkier one, or one that's even fatter, like 50,000 milliamp hour battery or something, then that was going to be too heavy. Once you're quick turning, you really feel that top weight move about, and it kind of takes you out of that VR experience a bit. So personally, I would have gone for a much smaller battery size, roughly in the 180 to 250 range, which is something like these. This Anker 10,000 milliamp hour battery is 190 grams, and this Crave, again, 10,000 milliamp hour battery, is 240 grams. And I think this is on the peak of weight where you need to be. That's at the top of your head. It adds some counterbalance on the front, whilst also being not that recognizable when you're doing sort of quick movement. So you kind of got a best of both worlds by having a battery that's roughly in the sort of 200 gram range. And I think anything over 250 to 300 grams, you're going to start to really feel that weight at the top of your head. But I found overall the cable that you get with it, that was perfectly fine. Good enough length, at least for me. And I would have liked to have seen a way to stow the cable on the head strap whilst it's not being plugged in, because you might not always want to plug in the battery. Yes, you can just take off that battery from the top of the head strap, but then you have to remove the strap as well. Small little niggles really. The padding was definitely sufficient. Didn't feel uncomfortable over time. Again, I would make this part a little bit more sturdy, a little bit stronger, so it can take the weight when it's not being used and not get bent over like that. I found looking up and looking down, I didn't get any slippage of the top head strap, but because it's not that firm, it is quite easy to slightly get a little bit looser, and it requires a little bit further adjustment. But that really wasn't that often, but I'm just pointing that out there that it might actually happen in the future once these gears get a little bit even more worn than they currently are. But as a spare battery solution goes, or a Halo strap with a battery solution that you can take away and you don't have to rely on their own proprietary batteries like the BoboVR, for example, this is a really nice solution, I think. And if you're after a Halo strap with this type of battery attachment point without having to make your own, this is definitely one that you should probably check out. It retails for currently $39.99 or £39.99. It's currently on sale in Amazon UK right now for £32.99, so 18% saving if you were to pick it up today. And right now, SiloKe has given me a 20% discount code that lasts until the 15th of May 2022, and that will get you that 20% off the $39.99. So that's making it a little bit cheaper for you there. And I'll put the links to all these down in the description below, so you can learn more about the head strap and to buy one. All right, thanks for watching, and I hope you found this video helpful. If it has, leave us a like down below and let me know in the comments if you have any questions about this head strap from SiloKe. You can check out all my other Halo strap and Elite strap reviews up in this top playlist up here. Hit that subscribe button down below to catch all my future content, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers. Bye.